90 Day Fiancé Update shared a series of screenshots from Jasmine's Instagram page. They captioned the post, "Jasmine wants to be an immigration attorney." In her story, Jasmine wrote, "I think it's a calling for me to seek becoming an immigration lawyer." Jasmine added that she would continue to pray to God to show her the right path. What Jasmine wishing to become an immigration lawyer means. While Jasmine is known for her beauty on 90 Day Fiancé, it was her brains that Gino fell for when he first saw her online. Jasmine has not talked about how highly educated she is on the show. She holds a PhD and is a doctor of education while also having earned 7 other degrees. The single mom is proud of her achievements and was devastated when she lost her teaching job. Since Jasmine has no many varied interests and likes learning new things, wishing to have a career in law doesn't seem surprising. Jasmine faced problems while bringing her sons to America. Her own future in the US is in trouble since she's separated from her husband. Moreover, a cast member whom she accuses of being racist has allegedly attempted to report her. Jasmine has not named the person who contacted the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and Child Protective Services, CPS, to get her deported. For now, she seems to be looking for ways to prove she's not living in the country illegally, especially since she's also worried about getting separated from her months-old baby. Our take on Jasmine saying a career in law is her calling. It remains to be seen if Jasmine explores a possible career in law in the future. She's known to keep her moves private and only reveal them when she has an achievement to brag about. Meanwhile, 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Viewers are wondering when Jasmine will be going back to Panama to see her kids, considering there's been a delay in her sons coming to the US. I don't understand the hate toward 90 Day Fiancé's Jasmine and her open marriage. 90 Day Fiancé's Jasmine Pineda has received a lot of heat lately about her open marriage with Matt Brownies from both fans and other stars, but I'm failing to miss the true issue here. Almost as soon as the 90 Day Fiancé franchise couple got married, their relationship fell apart, and Gino Palazzolo stopped being intimate with Jasmine. The lack of intimacy, as well as many other issues in their relationship, caused a rift between the two that landed them on the newest spin-off, 90 Day, The Last Resort. During The Last Resort, the couple was supposed to work on their intimacy and communication issues. Instead, Jasmine proposed an open marriage. In her mind, an open marriage would satisfy her soul needs, thus improving her attitude enough to cohabitate and get along well with her husband. Unfortunately, the open marriage resulted in an unplanned baby and Jasmine and Gino's ultimate demise. While I understand the situation is not the norm for most, I think the hate is a little overboard, and the attacks from stars like Rob Warren were uncalled for. 90 Day Fiancé's Gino and Jasmine are consenting adults. The first and most important point I have regarding their situation is that Jasmine and Gino are consenting adults, and they agreed to an open marriage. In general, I think this alone negates most negative arguments about their open marriage. They're both over 30 years old, so it's not like they're still young with developing brains. Jasmine didn't go behind anyone's back, to the best of our knowledge, anyway. Plus, Gino had time to think about opening their marriage. In fact, they spent most of The Last Resort discussing a potential open relationship, and, in the end, they came up with terms and agreed to it. Gino established his boundaries, such as using protection and disclosing locations, and decided the open marriage was worth a shot. I understand that after some time and after Jasmine got pregnant, his feelings changed, but in my opinion, remorse isn't enough to essentially defame Jasmine's name. 90 Day Fiancé's Gino is not being accountable. My next biggest issue is Gino's lack of accountability for his role in this situation. I understand Gino might have felt pressured, but he was stonewalling Jasmine. Gino refused to give Jasmine even an inch, he barely wanted to hug her. Yes, he did turn down the open marriage initially, but he also made 0 efforts to fix the issues in their marriage. By the time they got married, I truly questioned if Gino loved his wife because, unless they had plans to have a child together, he didn't want any sort of intimacy with Jasmine. I understand Jasmine's reactions can be daunting, but I also think she practiced a lot of patience by waiting almost a whole year before asking for an open marriage to satisfy her needs. Even the counselor, Reba Thomas, mentioned that it didn't make sense for Gino to consider an open marriage while refusing to think about what he needed to be intimate with Jasmine again. Overall, I think he made no effort to reconnect with his wife, and I was appalled to see some of their interactions behind the scenes, but Gino keeps finding a way to excuse himself from this behavior. Overall, I think the hate Jasmine is receiving is unjust. I especially think the hate coming from a star like Rob, who was caught cheating on their partner, is laughable. In the last resort, Reba claimed that people who regularly cheat are often triggered by open relationships, and I wonder if that's the case for stars like Rob. In the end, it's Gino and Jasmine's relationship. They're adults, and they agreed to an open relationship. It's okay to have regrets or to learn from mistakes, so to speak, but I still don't understand the disregard for the 90-Day Fiancé star. 7 years later, this 90-day franchise star still hasn't found their footing. 90-Day Fiancé's lineup of cast members ranges far and wide, but while some have been able to figure out their place in the franchise, others have struggled to find their footing like this one star. As turbulent relationships and genuine love connections form throughout the various 90-day shows, the franchise has brought a whole new meaning to reality TV relationships. Although some 90-day faces are more familiar than others, there are several cast members who have made their way through different relationships within the franchise, some more successful than others. With familiar faces and consistent returnees, the 90-day franchise has been able to make its mark. As viewers get ready for different spin-offs and consistent chaos from the 90-day stars each season, there are some who have coupled up and stayed in the community with their partners, and others who have found themselves single time after time. One 90-Day Fiancé star has had a tough time holding their ground moving from show to show. Colt Johnson's had a rough 90-day journey. As a 7-year veteran within the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, Colt Johnson's been a presence within the franchise for nearly a decade. In his early days within the franchise, Colt's often difficult relationship with Larissa Lima was something viewers enjoyed watching on screen. While the pair were hopeful about making their connection work, it was difficult to get around their differences. Between tension with Larissa and difficulty in his relationship because of his mother, Debbie, it was a tough journey to watch the pair navigate their difficult relationship. Colt's first impression from 90-Day Fiancé fans wasn't great, and it was a struggle to see him move forward, even after the relationship deteriorated. Viewers often felt Colt was overproduced on screen, which made him seem inauthentic. Colt's appearance on Hunt for Love left viewers struggling. While Colt has appeared on several iterations of 90-day shows, his time on his most recent series, Hunt for Love, was tough for viewers to wrap their heads around at times. Looking for love with other 90-day stars, Colt struggled, but connected with Courtney Reardon's. Even so, Colt felt off balance and out of sorts on the show, sometimes in ways that viewers couldn't get past. Colt and Courtney's corny romance was sweet, at times, but Colt's overproduction ran rampant on Hunt for Love, which made it difficult for viewers to feel like they could get behind his appearance on the series. Regardless of viewers' perception, Colt did find love on the series, but it may have come at the cost of his perception from the fanbase. Colt may be ready for a new adventure with Courtney Reardon's. Although 7 years in the 90-day pool has finally afforded Colt love with Courtney, it could be possible that it's time for his tenure within the franchise to come to an end. Exploring a world outside of reality TV, even for some time, could afford Colt a whole new perception within the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, which would be great for the future. 90-Day Fiancé, did Jasmine Pineda win the beauty pageant? 90-Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Star Jasmine Pineda wished to get crowned as the winner of the pageant in Season 8 with Gino Palazzolo working hard as her manager. Jasmine used to work as a teacher in Panama City, where she taught American literature. After she lost her job, Jasmine proceeded to make money from creating adult content and soon moved to the US to marry Gino. Jasmine dreamed of being a real estate agent, but her career took a surprising turn when she decided to participate in a beauty competition. Even though it was her first time being a participant, Jasmine refused to accept constructive criticism from Gino, who paid her entry fees. She called him a pervert when he tried to show her videos of other women who were performing better than Jasmine at rehearsals. Jasmine wished to prove Gino wrong by winning the pageant, but all he wanted was for her to take home the crown. Still, Jasmine has been giving it her best despite not having any former pageant experience. Fans are interested in knowing whether she will emerge as the champion. Does Jasmine have a modeling background? Jasmine did not talk about what she studied when she was young while on the show. However, in February 2023, Jasmine revealed that she was Dr. Jasmine Pineda. Jasmine shared she had a doctoral degree in education and research. Moreover, Jasmine also has 7 degrees which she's earned over the years.